Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 9 of Vocabulary, Homophones Part 3. Now if you want to look at Part 1 and Part 2, go back to episodes 6 and 7 of Vocabulary and refresh your memories as to what homophones are. Are we ready for our next set of homophones? Let's go. Now the first word is write with a W. Now this is the one that we all know very, very well. It means you use stationery or a keyboard to compose words, letters, symbols, numbers on a surface like a piece of paper or a computer screen. Or it could mean that you are actually writing and sending a letter or an email to someone. So pause the video and have a look at these examples, and let's compare it to the next slide. Write with R-I-G-H-T, so there's no W at the beginning of this one. Now this is an adjective and a noun when it means that something is moral, justified, or acceptable. But it could also be added as an adverb when you want to say that something is correct or true. So pause the video, have a look at my examples, and compare it to the previous slide to see the difference. Let's move on to the next set. Poor, poor with a double O. Now, as an adjective and a noun, it means that somebody doesn't have enough money to do what they need to do in their life, so they're poor. It's the opposite of rich, actually. It can also mean as an adjective that you feel sorry for someone. Oh, poor Peter, poor Maria. So you feel sorry for them, something bad happened to them. But it can also mean that something is not good enough, which means the level of that thing is not good enough for whatever it is that needs to happen. So there is poor lighting in this room, you have a really poor diet, etc. So it's not good enough. So pause the video, have a good look at the examples, and let's compare it to the other poor on the next slide. Now pour, O-U-R, always talks about liquids. It talks about liquid flowing quickly and heavily somewhere. But more metaphorically, it can mean that people, many people, are coming and going very quickly from somewhere. So in and out of a building, for example. So pause the video, read my examples, and compare these examples to the previous slide with Paul. And let's move on. Mail. Mail with A-I-L means to send or receive something by post. Could be a letter, could be a parcel, anything. Now let's look at the other male. Now male, M-A-L-E, means a boy or a man. It's their gender. And it's an adjective, of course. So Peter is male, but the opposite, which is a girl or a woman, is female. And that also has, as you can see, the word male inside. So Maria is female. Let's now compare this one to the previous one. So pause the video, go back to the previous slide and make a comparison. And let's move on. Now heel, as you can see in the photo here, heel is the back part of your foot, just below your ankle. So it's a part of your body. So when you have double E, it's part of your body. Let's look at the other heel. Now heal, H-E-A-L, means to recover from something. It could be a physical injury or some emotional pain. So pause the video so you can fully understand what it means to heal as a verb, not as a noun like the previous slide. To heal as a verb. And now let's look at our last set of homophones. Sale. Now you all know number 2, which means there is a discount period at some particular shop or in some particular city, but it can also literally mean, as a noun, the act of selling. So pause the video and have a look at these examples, and let's compare it to the other sale. Now this sale, as you can see in the picture, talks about ships. So as a noun, it can mean the material on the mast of the ship, the material that you pull and tug while you're sailing. Or as a verb, it can literally mean to sail by boat, to travel somewhere by boat. And usually that boat would have a sail like that. So that's the sail there. Okay? So pause the video, compare this sail to the previous slide with sail. And practice these homophones. And I'll see you soon for part 4. Stay tuned.